So one more commonly asked question that we get is how technical can the experience get? How much can we go into? And the answer is basically endless. We can go into anything that happens in a real world scenario, from autopilot systems to interesting weather scenarios, down to the really technical nitty-gritty of all the instrumentation and flight controls. We actually train a lot of real commercial pilots in the simulator. So they come in and they run through procedural emergency situations and dive right down into really the extent of all the technical stuff. If you have any friends or family who are really into the technical aspects of aviation, maybe they love to watch air crash investigation or watch YouTube videos about flying, then tag them in the video below. We have the perfect experiences for them. So one of our other most frequently asked questions is what do you actually do in our experiences in the simulator? Well, it's all about learning to fly, right? So it's all about taking off and landing. So you get to choose any airport anywhere in the world that you want to take off and land at through any weather scenario at any time of day. Interested in finding out more about what we do and our experiences? Simply give us a call, jump online, or come in and see our friendly team.
I was so nervous at first. All of this machinery looked really complicated and hard to understand, but getting it all explained to me, it's not that different from driving a car. The experience is totally up to you. You get to choose any airport in the world, time of day, weather situation. You get to choose and make it your own. It's so much fun and really, track! It's exhilarating. I'm only 20 minutes in on my session, and the most fascinating thing is just how lifelike all of this scenery is. I mean, they even have the IKEA next to Sydney Airport. As soon as I walked into the cockpit, I thought there is no way I can do this. This looks all too complicated, all these knobs and buttons that I had no idea about. But it's actually quite straightforward and quite intuitive. So it's actually so much fun once you get the hang of it. Well, I wasn't just thrown into the deep end. I showed up and had an induction straight away, a flight briefing, if you will, based on the history of the aircraft, some of the history of the airports, what exactly I would be doing today, the processes and procedures behind it. Then when we came in, yes, I was a little bit nervous, but getting walked through it step by step, you've got someone with you, you're allowed to make a mistake, it's not a big deal, it's a lot of fun, and of course I would recommend this to anyone. This is such a fun activity to do, maybe for dad who has everything, for someone like me that wants to do something different, if you've got older kids maybe that are obsessed with aviation, this would be perfect. Flight experience, it's not just limited to yourself. You have the opportunity to bring in 2 friends or 2 family members into the cockpit with you to experience it with you. They get to ask as many questions as they like, and it doesn't cost any extra.
My passion started pretty early in aviation. I started learning to fly in my mid-teens, started getting my license, started flying things like Cessnas, Diamond aircraft, before getting my commercial license by the time I hit 20. One of the things that I used to get a lot as a trainee pilot is a lot of my friends and family and things like that asking about what we do, how it all works, all that sort of stuff. I think aviation is one of those things that a lot of people are sort of kept in the dark a bit about it. They don't quite understand how pilots operate these aircraft. So there's clearly a misunderstanding there, or a gap in knowledge for people wanting to understand this stuff. And that's why we do what we do here at Flight Experience. We love to connect people with aviation. We bring aviation down to the ground, and you can do it without ever leaving the ground. And we talk you through everything about what pilots do, how they operate the aircraft through various scenarios, whether it's weather, time of day, all that sort of stuff, different airports around the world. There's just so much to do with flying in aviation.